That's it? That's all we get? GG over. Alright, let me turn up the volume a bit. And by a bit, I mean like a shit ton. There we go. I haven't pushed anything yet. Let's start the timers. Actually, I'm not doing a hit timer. There we go. Try some codes. We have some Compton's codes. Oh my god, look at the mouse. Oh, it's so slow. Does this have mouse capabilities? The Sega mouse? Is it compatible? Alright, we got articles, sounds, pictures, and about. First, let's go to the about. There we go. There's some credits. Thanks, guys. Oh, we got more. Learning time is brought to you by 1992, 1994. Okay. Should we go right into this? We got pictures. Oh my goodness. It's so slow. Can I hook up my mouse? That would be really helpful. I'm gonna try it. Just a second. Mouse. It's not working. All right, let's try this. F12. This is not. There's no. God, there's no mouse capabilities, guys. Okay. Very slowly, we will learn. What's this? It's a chair. Caption. Alvar Alato. A lounge chair. 65 centimeters high, 1934. Now you know what an Alato Alvar chair is. Is there any music? Can we like learn to music? Please? What? This is the article. Successful architect, designer, and urban planner in his native Finland. Alvar Aalto. What? He has his own chair? Also won an international acclaim for his designs. Oh, okay. This is his design. His works include houses, hospice, hospitals, churches, and factories as well. That's nice. Next. Those chairs are expensive. Search for Sharpie. I don't think I'm gonna find anything. How do I go back? Oh my god, it's so slow. Can I... Is this 6... Can I use 6 buttons? God. Where are we now? What is this? Was that one of his homes? Is that him standing right there? That's Alvar right there. Now you guys know what he looks like. Scroll down. Oh my god, the scrolling, the scrolling. Can we go back to the main stuff? Okay, here we are. Should we start searching for things? Actually, can we start with the videos? What sounds? Sounds. Bees. That's a good start. We're gonna have to turn it up. Do we have to read? Should we read the caption? A swarm of bees can produce a loud buzzing sound with their beating wings. Thanks. How about the banjo? Oh my. The music that is most often associated with the banjo, such as Oh Susanna and My Old Kentucky Home, was composed by Stephen Foster. That tells me nothing about the banjo. I'm disappointed. Bird songs. How did I miss this? Can almost see the pattern of these birds. The veery thrush's song whirls downward, while the olive black thrush's song spirals upward.
There's something very important I forgot to tell you.
What?
Don't cross the streams.
Oh, no. No, they're doing it cloud style. No!
SM, thank you for the host. Thank you. I'm just picking things randomly. Maybe you guys want to, maybe we could do like a raffle or something, and then you just start searching for things. What does an earthquake sound like? I always wanted to know. Okay. Earthquakes can be terrifying events, especially when one feels everything shaking and hears such sounds as buildings collapsing or gas lines exploding. Thanks, Xavier. Thanks. Sounds like the peas. We'd have to go back to just the basic raffler, guys. We're not gonna do... Or we can just program all of you in there and just... Yeah, we'll just do the basic raffle. Keep picking you guys out of the same lists, so we don't have to keep Raffle on, raffle off. How about some fireworks? I keep forgetting you have to like click on it a couple times here. Barking. Yeah, what do you got to say about fireworks? Hmm? The explosion of fireworks, often with accompanying ohs and ahs, has become a 4th of July tradition. Oh. There's a woodpecker. Kamikaze pilots? What do they sound like? Yep. Just the way I thought. The World War II Japanese kamikaze pilots attempted to crash their planes into the US Navy vessels as a means to destroy or disabling their ships. They weren't even trying to shoot guns. They didn't even bring guns. Apparently. Alright, how do we want to do this? Actually not that many sound files. I'm already at the M's. Richard Nixon. I am not a crook.
That I welcome this kind of examination because people have got to know whether or not their president is a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
He's earned everything he's got. Spoken by President Richard Nixon in 1973 when questioned by reporters about his tax returns. Sure. Parrots? Oh, man. Okay. Parrots are popular birds because they are beautifully colored and they can mimic or copy human speech. Thanks. That's not what a parrot sounds like, by the way. That's what the owner sounds like. Pool balls. Oh, we're going in there. Oh my goodness, look at this. On a break, you can hear several balls clacking as they are hit. Not even a thank you for drawing this picture. Like, who drew this picture? No one wanted to be credited for that. Next. And we got rattlesnakes. Got the US Constitution. Whale sounds. Oh, yes. Yeah, we already did side pocket. We're still waiting for this side pocket 2, though. AKA Minnesota Fats. Some whale sounds can be heard by humans. Oh, thanks. Can we get to the videos? I guess it's in articles. How do we find videos? Hmm? I think Hippo's an expert in the Encyclopedia. Acid rain. Abortion. Okay. Oh, no, there's no... I don't think we can look up Godzilla. Alright, we need some... some music of some kind. Just keep... just something in the background. Slightly. Unless we get a video going or something. Okay, how do we want to do this? I got the crap version? What? This is the SegaCD version. What version are you looking at? Wait, they have movies. The hell? Oh no. So there's another version? Or do I have to unlock the videos? It says at the top, SegaCD sample app written by tech support. So I have the wrong version. Okay. See if I can find something else at the local store. You sold me the wrong version, guys. The sample version? Yeah, maybe. Hold on a sec, guys. Working on it. How am I supposed to tell what's not a sample version? Alright, well, while we're waiting, we can take a look at some pictures. How about we can start up a raffle. We'll do it with the normal bot. And I have to charge you 1 bird seed. Sorry. There we go. Join the raffle. I'm still waiting for the other version to be shipped to me. You never got bonus seed last night. That's too bad. You weren't here, I guess. I gave it out. Okay, Hippo. Take it easy. Thank you for the Compton Insiders. The Insider Special. I have apparently the sample version. So we're working on getting the full version right now. We'll talk to you later, Hippo. Hi. Hi, DJ. Kano. Kano wants to learn. Look at all you learners. I'm just gonna pick something and look at it. Let's look at this. Adobe. Adobe ovens in Taos, New Mexico, are built on a solid cement foundation, so they cannot be damaged by groundwater. Is that New Mexico? What is NM? I don't think that's New Mexico. Adobe. A Spanish word for sun-dried clay bricks. Adobe also refers to structures built from such bricks, or to the clay soil from which the bricks are made. The use of adobe dates back thousands of years in several parts of the world, especially in areas with the arid or semi-arid climates. So yeah, what the hell is NM? Are you gonna tell me? No, they're not gonna tell me. Yeah. That's nice. The PB? Okay. Alright, let's see how my shipment is doing here. 40 seconds. 4 sooner. Okay, let's see who's gonna be the first one. Who's going to be the first raffler? Raffle winner. SM, you are the winner. Now, we don't have the videos up yet. If you want to wait just a second. Oh my god, is the download gonna finish? It's not work. It's really slow. So yeah, we'll just pick one from here. Do you want to do sounds? A topic. Say a target. Cats. Cats. Okay. We got pictures. Do we have any cat pictures? Cats.
N64, N64, PlayStation 1 times 64.
Hey, Tangent. Cattle. We have cattle. We don't have cats. Let's check the sounds. This is just an adventure, just looking for a topic, like, in itself. Cat purring! There we go! Pause the music. Cats purring. Aww. Cats often purr when they are relaxed and happy. Thanks. Thanks, SM. Next. Kano! You're the second winner. What would you like to look up? You want to stay in the sounds? We're in sounds now. Let me check on the my shipment here. Let my shipments in. Version 2. Hopefully this is the right version. Which version did I have? Oh shit. Sorry. Hold on. Hold on a second. It's the same version. Version 2. CIE Sega V200 R1C. Shit, guys. I just ordered the same version that I had. Does anyone, can maybe someone track down something else? Let me see. Maybe I can find something. What would be version 3 or something? Alright, I'll try this one. What exactly am I doing? I'm trying to find the correct Compton's version that has the movies, the videos. That's what I'm doing. And in the meantime, trying to track down other copies. Okay, learning. We're learning. That's right, Dingo. We're learning. Did we get another topic? Look up Sega. Sega. Something might come up. Probably not in sounds. I wish it was like a generic search function, and then it would say like, you know, oh look, there's a sound, or there's an article. Segregation declared illegal. That's all we have there. Let's take a look at the articles. Siegel. George Siegel. Alright, good enough. George Siegel, born in 1924, an American sculptor noted for his plaster cast monochromatic figures. George Siegel captured fleeting moments of emotional depth in his life-size sculptures, placed in authentic environments with realistic everyday objects. They reflect American life in a way few other sculptors have done. By depicting, that's the word, such scenes as a man removing the letters from a cinema advertisement, a man and woman having an argument, or a solitary man in a diner. Siegel was born in New York City on November 26, 1924. His parents were chicken farmers who immigrated from the Soviet Union. He studied at the Cooper Union Pratt Institute of Design, New York University, and Rutgers University. His early work was in abstract painting. In the late 1950s, he was a part of a pop art movement. In his sculptures, Siegel moved away from his characteristic irony of the pop movement. His sculptures were cast from live models, and their positions and expressions often seem distinguished. Right. I think you guys get the point. What's this? The diner? The diner. Some of his best art, his best known works are the diner, the truck, the laundromat, the hot dog stand, and the Holocaust. Okay. Next. Hold on, guys. Let me see if this new version's any better. Let's see. Please be better. Please be better. This one has like a manual. It's let me try loading this one up. Thanks. Oh, this is busted. What the hell are they doing here? What are they doing with this? I know what they did. Jeez, thing's a mess. I'm sorry. Okay. This is busted. We're gonna have to go back to our other version. Yep. Maybe someone can help find the movie version. Like, does it exist at all? Maybe that YouTube video that Hippo linked. Maybe it has some more information. I don't know. Okay, we're going back in. Alright, because I tried two versions and it was, one is broken and the other one was the same. Okay. There's one that has videos. That's what I mean. Instead of these 4 buttons, instead of about, it says videos. And then the about is down on the bottom. So the one I have, it says at the very top of my Fusion, it says SegaCD sample app written by tech support. Whatever that means. Maybe they took out the, maybe they just took out the videos or something to save space. I don't know. Well, you can't tell what version you're actually getting until you actually download it. Unfortunately. You don't know the exact file name usually. Anyway. We need a new winner. Sting X2, you're now the winner. Sting, what do you want me to look up? I can look up pictures too. Don't forget we got pictures. I didn't look up the picture. Is there like an automatic way to search? No, you gotta click on every button. Well, we can look at the diner. Look, the diner. And there you go, there's the diner. Now we can't... Looks like crap. You have the T118025. That one, let me see. I don't know, man. I mean, mine's 217 megs, but it might be okay. I don't know. Okay, parabolic. You might have it. That sounds about a lot bigger than the ones I'm seeing. So. Okay. So what's Sting want to look up? Let's look up nurses. Alright. Can we first look up a picture of a nurse? I like how it's all in caps. You wrote that in caps because it's all in caps. Nurse is... nursing. There you go, Sting. There's a picture of a nurse. Nurses must have a sympathetic bedside manner as demonstrated by a nurse comforting an elderly patient at a veterans hospital. There's an article. So I guess you can get to each one. Oh god. That's a big article. Nurses are educated to care for the sick or injured by monitoring the patient's condition, providing treatment to help restore health, or if complete recovery is not possible, helping the patient and the family to adjust emotionally or physically to the prospect of disability or death. Nurses also teach people how to prevent future illness. It's all crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
He's not in this city. You could have seen the inside. It was like a pretzel of cars stuck in the intersection. People kept going when they were here for them to go, and then they stuck in the Then you'd have like two cars doing, like one guy goes car trying to turn when it gets stuck. First car that's started.
Well, people don't know how to drive.
I don't know why.
Great white.
Getting through that light, one light cycle earlier.
You have to go fast. Encyclopedia.
Try to kill me doing lane changes without seeing.
Having our encyclopedia knowledge learning time.
Tell you about my day, it's important. My traffic rate.
He wants love. Okay? Love. Ispira. No, love's not there. Love is not the answer. Great White. Great White Hope loses the game of Comptons.
We now return to Knight Rider on USA.
Parabolic, you have an answer for me? I guess you do.
My name is Michael Knight. I forgot my fucking walkie-talkie.
One second, guys. I think we tracked down the right version. Try articles.
My name is Michael Knight.
I think it just searches everything, to be honest. But let's try it. No.
My name is motherfucker.
You lose, Great White. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm gonna try, oh, hold on a sec. Oh no, come on, come on. At least that was fast shipping. Okay, this looks...
Kid, stop! Kid, stop! Stop, kid!
This looks better. No love. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna load up the other one now. It shipped quickly. Shipped quickly to you, yeah. That's good. I recommend that that shipper. Does it sound different? It sounds louder. Yay, we got it. We got the movies. Movies. Alright, guys. I don't know if we can watch all the videos, but it's like, I think there's like 30. Alright, thank you, Parabolic. You've saved the day. Oh god, there's a lot of movies. Alright, let's start. Africa. How long are they?
According to archaeologists, the continent of Africa is the place where humans first evolved. The second largest of the world's landmasses, Africa is divided into more than 50 separate nations with more than 3,000 different ethnic groups. Art, religion, and customs vary widely. Africa is also the home to a variety of wildlife, including elephants, lemurs, and zebras.
Okay, that wasn't that long. We can probably watch all of them.
From the earliest structures, such as the Parthenon, completed around 438 BC, to the skyscrapers of modern-day skylines. Through their architecture, buildings not only express the ideas of architects, but also reflect the times. An early 19th century philosopher, trying to explain architecture, called it music in space, as it were frozen music. The inspiration for his metaphor may have come from the harmony of line that is an integral part of many buildings throughout the ages.
From the Hindu Kush Mountains to the Great Gobi Desert, Asia is a land of geographical contrasts and climatic diversity. Home to some of the world's most ancient civilizations, Asia has a rich cultural and artistic legacy. Most Asian countries are heavily dependent on agriculture, although some, like Japan, are highly industrialized. In the colony of Hong Kong, East meets West in brisk free trade.
At least they're short. Hey, Storm Mega, welcome. Hey guys, just people just popping in. Welcome. We're currently on Compton's Interactive Encyclopedia. And we got the movies running.
Australia has the distinction of being the only country to occupy an entire continent. But because much of the interior climate and terrain is very harsh, most Australians live along the coasts, in cities such as Sydney and Brisbane. There is enough arable land, however, for Australia to rely on its pastures and farms for food and other agricultural products. Friendly people, dependable sunshine, water sports, and exotic animals help make tourism a thriving industry in Australia.
Go Australia!
A small plain in Southwest Asia is one of the birthplaces of Western civilization. Among the early inhabitants of the region were the Sumerians, masters of craftsmanship who gave the world its first large cities, first known writing system, and first codified laws. Later, Sumerian culture influenced the Babylonians and Assyrians, who dominated the region throughout much of the 2nd and 1st millennia BC.
Okay. Bacteria in motion. Well, this is going to be good.
Many bacteria have one or more hair-like appendages called flagella. By rotating the flagella like a propeller, bacteria push themselves through the medium at a very respectable rate. A few bacteria have developed a less vigorous alternative to flagella. They glide along on a slippery layer of mucus, much like a snail.
Just like a snail. That was actually a video. Yeah, Hippo had to take off, but he'll check out the VOD later.
Fill a toy balloon with a gas that is lighter than air, such as helium. Release the balloon, and it rises. This is because the total weight of the balloon and the gas together are lighter than the air that would occupy the space the balloon takes up. This same principle governs large balloons and airships, and is the reason for their classification as lighter than aircraft.
Airships.
Balloons and airships have a long and varied history of both scientific and military use. Today, ballooning is a popular sport.
Popular sport, guys. Do we have any ballooning games? Do we have any ballooning games? We now have to, if we do, we have to categorize them under sports.
He sizes up his batter. Here's the windup, the pitch. He delivers. And then, almost anything can happen, from a long fly ball to an out at home plate. For nearly 150 years, Americans have been enjoying the game of baseball. Considered by most Americans to be the national pastime, baseball attracts millions of spectators every year in the United States, Japan, and other countries.
Baseball. Bears. Oh my. Look at the Bears. They didn't even have like a voiceover. They didn't want to get close to the Bears. Beethoven Ludwig.
Ludwig van Beethoven was an extraordinary man. A musical composer of great genius, he constantly struggled to attain perfection. During the last 8 years of his life, Beethoven labored in silence. He had become completely deaf. Yet he continued to create some of the world's most influential music. Long after his death in 1827, Beethoven's vibrant compositions live on.
R.I.P. Beethoven. Blood.
You are looking at an area of tissue about the size of the head of a pin. You can see a small artery entering the field from above. Branching off from the small artery are very tiny blood vessels called capillaries, the smallest blood vessels in the body. They are so small that the red blood cells can barely squeeze through them and have to travel through in single file.
Just like the chat casino games. Single file, guys.
Most of the Amazon River and its surrounding rainforest lie within Brazil, the world's largest tropical country. Since World War II, Brazil has changed its economic base from agriculture to industry. Still, nearly 1/3 of the labor force is employed in farming. The major crops are coffee, bananas, and sugarcane, but small farms produce a large variety of tropical fruits and vegetables. About 2/3 of the people live in cities and towns along the coast. In 1960, in a dual effort to draw people into the interior of the country and to relieve congestion in Rio de Janeiro, the capital of Brazil was moved to the newly created ultra-modern interior city of Brasilia.
You can't just move your capital. It's against the nation rules. Maybe not. Calligraphy.
The word calligraphy means beautiful writing. In the West, this decorative use of the alphabet first appeared in about the 6th century BC. Other styles of calligraphy followed. Then, as the use of movable type spread, the practice of calligraphy declined. Its revival is credited to English scribe Edward Johnston in the late 19th century.
Canada. Well, this is going to be good.
Stretching from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific, Canada, one of the world's largest countries, has some truly spectacular scenery. Well known for its grain production, fishing, and mining, Canada also produces a great number of manufactured and processed goods. Settled by the French in the early 16th century, Canada shows the influence of its mixed French and British heritage in much of its architecture and culture.
So like my backyard? Yep. China.
China is slightly smaller than Canada in area, but in population, China's more than 1 billion people make it second to none. The Chinese people have the distinction of having a long history of a shared common culture. Long associated with picturesque rural scenes, ornate temples and halls, and exquisite craftsmanship, China today maintains these characteristics while it develops mechanized industry and modern technology, and responds to Western architecture and clothing.
Like minorities in many countries, black Americans traveled a long, hard road to obtain their civil rights. Dr. Martin Luther King served as leader during much of the civil rights movement. He believed in nonviolent protest as a means to achieve recognition and rights for all black Americans. Despite peaceful tactics, demonstrators often bore the brunt of brutal confrontation. In August 1963, more than 200,000 marchers, both black and white, took their case to the nation's capital. Over the next 2 years, Lyndon Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act, reaffirming the rights of black citizens.
All these nice videos. Deep sea life.
2,000 meters below the ocean's surface, the abyssal zone begins. Here, despite total darkness and tremendous pressures, some unusual forms of marine life make their home. The anglerfish, for example, attracts prey with a luminescent lure attached to its head. Some species, such as crabs, clams, and tube worms, form ocean floor communities in the warm water around hydrothermal vents.
DNA?
The molecules of DNA separate with the two sets of chromosomes. As the cell divides, each daughter cell receives one complete set of DNA. The characteristics of the species, encoded in the DNA, pass from cell to cell. The Great Sphinx and the pyramids at Giza have symbolized Egypt for ages. Although remnants of Egypt's past are appealing, they sometimes obliterate the reality of modern-day Egypt. Today, Egypt is a mix of old and new. This section of Cairo retains a look of the past. But this view reveals that Egypt is also very much a part of the modern world.
Egypt. Elephants. Is that cats? Do they sound like cats? Who's from England?
England is a land of great scenic beauty, impressive architecture, and long-standing traditions in the arts, education, and history. Ruled by royalty for hundreds of years, England is now a parliamentary democracy. Today, its monarchs act primarily as goodwill ambassadors for their country.
Charlie Pancakes. Oh, nothing about tea, huh? Who's from Europe?
For centuries, Europe has been a major center of culture, learning, and productivity. Varied in resources, European nations engage in a wide range of economic activities, from date cultivation in Spain, to caviar processing in Russia, to oil drilling off Norway. Europe is also a land rich in history, with a succession of powerful empires and nations displacing each other amid some of history's bloodiest conflicts.
Okay. France. Who's from France?
Long a mecca of culture, France is as beautiful as it is varied. Medieval abbeys and cathedrals, gracious Renaissance castles, and historic landmarks dot its landscape and grace its cities. Each year, millions of tourists visit France, attracted by its cultural heritage and scenic playgrounds.
Who's from Germany?
Germany is home to the Bavarian Alps, the Black Forest, and well-known rivers such as the Danube and the Rhine. Some of the world's best white wines come from Germany's Moselle River Valley. The home of such renowned composers as Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms, Germany is revered for its rich history of classical music. Modern industry and architecture have replaced many old ways of life, but they can often be seen side by side. The most infamous icon of modern Germany was the Berlin Wall, which separated East and West Germany from 1961 to 1989. The countries were reunited in late 1990.
Man, that was only just a few years ago. Giraffes. For those majestic beasts. That's it? Aw. Greek and Roman art. I'm sure this will be great.
The classical art of early Greece and Rome is timeless in its beauty and simplicity. As artists developed a greater understanding of the human form, sculpture became more fluid. The early masterpieces of Greek painting have been lost, but some fine examples of ancient Roman painting have been unearthed at Pompeii and Herculaneum. The architecture of ancient Greece and Rome, though now mostly in ruins, has influenced most subsequent architecture in the Western world.
Art.
Heart valves control the direction of the blood that flows through the heart. There are 4 valves, 2 regulating inflow, 2 regulating outflow. Notice how the valves snap shut when blood is pushed back against them. Real heart valves look and work like this. Tricuspid valve, pulmonary valve, mitral or bicuspid valve,
I want to see this.
aortic valve.
Okay, off to India.
Cut off from the rest of Asia on the north by the Himalayas, India lies on a peninsula that juts southward into the Indian Ocean. Home to 1/6 of the world's people and seat of a civilization that began more than 4,000 years ago, India is a nation so rich in culture that for many people, just hearing its name conjures up images of its romantic and mysterious heritage. Glimpses of the past are common in India even today. Modern India is a land of extremes, some of which exist side by side.
We're doing more countries, guys. Indonesia. There'll be a quiz later. No, I'm going to be quizzing you guys.
Composed of more than 13,000 islands, Indonesia is one of the world's most volcanic countries. With water seemingly everywhere, this nation ranks 12th in the world's fishery production. Rice, planted in wet paddies, is the mainstay of Indonesian agriculture. In work and in art, tradition plays a strong role in the culture of Indonesia.
Yep. We better have some pizza here.
Brilliant culture, rich history, and incomparable beauty. These are the treasures of Italy, one of Europe's oldest nations. Rome, Italy's capital, was once the seat of the powerful Roman Empire. During the Middle Ages, Italy's Renaissance bloomed, leaving a remarkable cultural legacy that can still be seen today.
Japan.
Japan. This country is a land of high-speed trains, modern buildings, massive industry, teeming highways, and commuter stress. Modern Japan, rivaling the most advanced economic powers of the West, seems a long way from the traditions of its past. Japan's phenomenal success in economic development since World War II is based in part upon its many highly trained scientists, engineers, and technicians. This economic success is considered by many to be a modern-day miracle.
Did you see that view, guys? Joints.
The knee. Its motion is like that of a hinge. Other examples of hinge joints are the elbow, and the jaw. The motion of some joints, like the wrist, is mainly a gliding motion, in which one bone glides a short distance over another. Usually, several bones move together to produce the smoothly coordinated movements we take for granted, such as those of the hand.
Thanks. Alright, we can look ahead to see what we're going to be watching. Jupiter. We're already almost down to the end, so we're getting
From a
there.
series of more than 4,000 photos taken by the Voyager space probes, this time-lapse film shows 10 days on the planet Jupiter. The planet's largest storm system, the Great Red Spot, is twice the size of Earth. By using this series of blue filter photos, scientists are able to study the motion of the storm in detail for the very first time.
Good job, scientists. Good job. Kangaroos. Look at that cutie. And John F. Kennedy.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man.
Korea.
As a result of World War II, Korea is divided into two countries. Communist North Korea is primarily industrial, while non-communist South Korea has most of the country's farmland. Despite Korea's political division, Koreans are culturally homogeneous, and most consider their two countries a single nation.
Homo what? What? Homocogerius? I don't know.
Art, sculpture, architecture, science. Leonardo da Vinci excelled in each of these fields. His genius was so great that a new term, Renaissance man, was coined to describe him. Besides his legacy of paintings, Leonardo left voluminous notebooks filled with observations. His anatomical drawings provided the basic principles for the modern practice of medical illustration.
Good, Carl. Good. Glad to have you in the classroom. Now go sit down. Go sit down in the back. There'll be a test after the videos.
Abraham Lincoln's first home was a one-room log cabin with a dirt floor. His final home was the White House. Lincoln, 16th President of the United States, is remembered for freeing the slaves and preserving the unity of the United States following the American Civil War. He personifies the American ideal that being born into poverty should be no deterrent to success. Lincoln is immortalized as much for his character as his deeds. Bishop Simpson, giving Lincoln's funeral oration, explained why people revered Lincoln. They saw in him a man who they believed would do what is right, regardless of all consequences.
It's 1994, Core. Jeez. What are you, a time traveler or something?
On May 20th, 1927, Charles Lindbergh flew his monoplane, the Spirit of St. Louis, straight into history. The first person to fly solo across the Atlantic, Lindbergh touched down in Paris 33 hours and 30 minutes after leaving New York.
Mexico. Anyone from Mexico? Besides TMR?
Mexico is a land of exotic ruins, strong traditions, and a burgeoning population. More than 2/3 of all Mexicans live in cities. Mexico City, with a population of more than 16 million people, is one of the largest cities in the world. Mexico's culture and fine resorts attract millions of tourists each year.
Michelangelo. The Ninja Turtle? Of course
One of the
not.
greatest of the Renaissance artists, Michelangelo left an extraordinary legacy, his vision of the world's creation. Composed of 9 giant frescoes, this monumental work adorns the ceiling in the Vatican's Sistine Chapel. A sculptor as well as a painter, Michelangelo created masterpieces of strength and fluidity.
The moon exploration.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
We got a roll program. Neil Armstrong reporting the roll and pitch program, which puts Apollo 11 on a proper heading.
Four forward, drift into the right level. Down and a half. Contact light. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
On July 20th, 1969, United States astronaut Neil Armstrong became the first man to set foot on the moon.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
The Eagle has landed. The eagle has landed. Now, who here watched that live? Yeah? Ghost to Ghost Dad? Yeah?
Mountains rise prominently above their surroundings and are generally distinguished by their irregular surfaces. To be formally classified as a mountain, the rise usually must exceed 2,000 feet. Although all mountains have common characteristics, there are distinct types of mountains. One example is dome mountains, such as the Black Hills shown here. These are formed when a region of flat-lying sedimentary rocks is warped upward until it forms a structural dome.
That was just mountain lions. Aww. I think the Animal Zoo Encyclopedia will be a little bit better. We'll have a bunch of animal videos to watch.
Museums are collections of things past and present, mundane and extraordinary. Many museums are virtual treasure troves, their collections reflecting entire civilizations. Others are more specialized. Art museums, or galleries, may collect art of a particular artist, period, or genre. Whatever they contain, museums are centers of culture, learning, and often just plain fun.
Just plain fun. That's right, they're fun. Just like national parks.
In 1872, the United States created Yellowstone, the first national park. Today, more than 3,500 national parks and protected areas have been established in Japan, Canada, Australia, and in dozens of other nations. As the natural world shrinks rapidly, national parks offer a measure of protection for what remains.
Oh guys, that link is missing the exclamation point. No. You should have gone on your break. I don't think I can link it properly. You're gonna have to just copy and paste it yourself if you want to check out that link. But anyway, I was just showing that's the animal encyclopedia that we still have to do sometime. I can use the 41 code. Can I? Like that? Will that work? That didn't work. You lied. It's 33. No, it didn't work. Alright, next video. New Zealand.
New Zealand is a sovereign, independent island country that lies southeast of Australia and about midway between the equator and the South Pole. Situated over the junction of two tectonic plates, New Zealand is subjected to frequent geologic activity. The country's mass is divided into two main islands, North Island, on which volcanoes, earthquakes, hot springs, and geysers are common. And South Island, notable for its high mountain peaks, fjords, and glaciers. New Zealanders, nicknamed Kiwis after their national emblem, enjoy a high standard of living.
Kiwis. Wait, wasn't someone here from New Zealand? Someone in chat? We have a Kiwi. We have a Kiwi in chat. Who is it? North America. All these lovely videos we're going through.
The third largest continent, North America, includes Canada, the United States, Mexico, and more than 30 other countries. Among the continent's most spectacular topographical features are the Rocky Mountains and the Mississippi River, which spans almost the entire length of the United States. In eastern North America, the 5 Great Lakes form the largest connected area of fresh water on Earth.
That's it? Nuclear fusion.
Nuclear fusion creates the fire of our sun and the other stars in the universe. Like nuclear fission, nuclear fusion releases energy by changing the structure of atoms. The word fusion means join together. 2 small atoms join together to make one slightly larger atom.
Opera.
Although opera includes dialogue and action, it's best known for the conveyance of drama by and through music. The thoughts of kings, factory workers, politicians, and lovers alike are revealed in song. Operatic themes are usually based on literature, history, or mythology, and run the gamut of human passion. Verdi's Otello, for example, highlights the dark side of human nature in its displays of jealousy and manipulation. Mozart's Così fan tutti is a comic opera of love and infidelity, while Wagner's Parsifal is the solemn retelling of the Grail story.
Iggy loves his opera. Painting.
For thousands of years, artists have recorded and interpreted both the outside world and their innermost feelings. Some have sought order, others chaos. In the Middle Ages, subjects tended to be religious. During the Renaissance, art grew more secular, with works of great genius produced by Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael, Dürer, and El Greco. As times changed, so did art, yielding a rich diversity of content and style. Techniques were equally varied. Painting with oils, Rembrandt created masterpieces of light and shade. Georges Seurat painted thousands of tiny dots. Jackson Pollock poured paint on canvas. Painting today often seems a mixture of classical and pop culture, with modern technology also contributing to shaping the art form.
No homework today? Oh, we'll see about that, Spira. We will see about that. We'll see how many videos we can get through.
This paramecium propels itself through its environment by moving its cilia in a wave-like pattern.
Thanks for the tips. Philippines.
More than 7,000 islands make up the Philippines, an Asian nation located in the Pacific Ocean. The people of the Philippines, or Filipinos, are almost entirely of Malaysian descent. About half of the people are farmers, with rice the dominant crop. Ruled for more than 300 years by Spain and then controlled by the United States, the Philippines became independent in 1946.
Hey, 1K Needles. Hour speedrunning. Oh yeah. Average playtime 9 hours.
The daguerreotype and the stereograph were two early types of photos. As new processes were introduced, photographers experimented with subject matter and technique. Photojournalists brought us images of world events on a daily basis. The more photography changed, the more it became a highly individualized medium of expression.
Planets.
The large heavenly bodies in our solar system that revolve in orbits around the sun are called planets. Mercury is the planet closest to the sun. Venus is next. Earth, the third planet, appears to be the only planet that supports life. The remaining planets, in order from the sun, are Mars, often called the red planet, Jupiter, which is larger than all other planets combined, and Saturn, known for its rings. Uranus comes next, followed by Neptune, and tiny Pluto, the smallest of the 9 known planets, seen here in this false color image as a bright blur.
Tiny planet.
Plants seem to grow everywhere, in deserts, in snow, in water, even on other plants. About 500,000 plants have been classified. New plants are being discovered or developed at the rate of about 2,000 each year. While plants vary greatly in size and other characteristics, most share common elements. A need for sunlight to aid photosynthesis, the process by which green plants manufacture their food, makes most green plants grow toward the sun.
Hey Ninja, you like the title? Compton's Interactive Encyclopedia. This is so interesting, guys. I recommend you guys all purchasing this product. So you can
Although
learn.
the potter's art was practiced in many ancient cultures, pottery reached its zenith in China. There, imperial potters produced works so exquisite they remain unequaled to this day. When traders first brought porcelains from the Orient to Europe, nobles and kings sought these incredible works of art. Eventually, Europeans developed their own distinctive styles. In the United States, contemporary potters such as Peter Voulkos are known for boldly innovative ceramics.
We're getting down to the end. Revolution America. American Revolution.
The American Revolution began on April 19, 1775, at Lexington, Massachusetts. There, colonial troops known as Minutemen skirmished with British redcoats in the first battle to gain independence from England. 5.5 years later, having fought on land and at sea, the makeshift Patriot Army defeated the British. Their surrender signaled the birth of the United States of America.
Well, these are just the videos. They have some big articles, Ninja. You have to read them. We were reading some of them earlier.
It has been said that all roads lead to Rome. And no wonder, at its zenith, the Roman Empire encompassed most civilized lands in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. The ancient Romans were masters at engineering, war, and government. After 2 centuries of peace and prosperity, however, the Roman Empire began to decline. In the year 330, Constantine signaled its demise by moving the capital to Byzantium in Greece. Although he was asthmatic as a child, Theodore Roosevelt grew into a man of enormous energy. On his own initiative, with the help of his friend Colonel Leonard Wood, Roosevelt organized the Rough Riders, the 1st United States Cavalry Regiment. In 1901, Roosevelt became the youngest U.S. president.
The principles for which we stand are the principles of fair play and a square deal for every man and every woman in the United States.
The Rough Riders.
During World War I, Tsar Nicholas of Russia was forced to abdicate. His ill-equipped army had faced constant defeat at the hands of the Germans and finally mutinied. Weary of war, the Russian soldiers returned home only to find a countryside gripped with hunger. Food riots and strikes broke out. The Bolsheviks took advantage of the widespread unrest. Promising land to the peasants, they seized power. Under Lenin, a military dictatorship was established, with once private land and industry controlled by the state. Calling for an international revolution, Lenin urged workers everywhere to overthrow their governments and sweep away the system of Western capitalism.
See you later, column. Have a good day at work.
He was born George Herman Ruth, but the world knew him as the Babe, one of the greatest players in the history of baseball. Babe Ruth held or shared in about 60 records, including the most home runs for a single season.
Go Ruth. A babe.
The collective body of ideas about the natural world, arrived at through observing, thinking, experimenting, and validating, is what is known as science. Early scientists were primarily observers of natural happenings. Galileo was a pioneer of modern science who set up experiments and was an active participant. The technology of modern science changes rapidly, but today's methods of observation, description, and analysis are very much based on those devised by Galileo in the 1500s.
Science. That's science, guys. Please tell me there's not many S's. Oh, yeah. Sculpture.
Throughout the ages, sculpture has served to inspire, frighten, guard, and protect. Prevalent in primitive and modern cultures, sculpture involves the relationship between volume and space. Although sculptors traditionally have interpreted the human form, they have also created many works portraying animals, objects, and abstractions.
Are these getting longer, or... Seven Wonders of the World.
Of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, only the pyramids of Egypt still stand. Fragments remain of 2 others, the mausoleum at Halicarnassus and the Temple of Artemis. Through the years, artists have attempted to depict the others: the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the statue of Zeus at Olympia, the Colossus of Rhodes, and the Pharos of Alexandria.
Nope, there's no Sweden. I'm sorry. You would have been included in Europe. I think that's what happened.
Born April 1564. Died April 1616. Lived in Stratford-upon-Avon, England. With the exception of a few scattered facts, relatively little is known about the life of William Shakespeare. No matter, for as Shakespeare himself wrote, the play's the thing. For more than 350 years, Shakespeare's plays have been more popular than those of any other playwright, earning him the name the Immortal Bard.
The Immortal Bard. Snakes!
Some snakes move forward, others sideways. Although snakes have nostrils, they depend on a slender and deeply forked tongue to pick odors from the air and carry them to sense organs on the roof of the mouth for smelling. Through special openings in the lips, a snake can flick its tongue in and out without opening its mouth.
Mountains, deserts, and rainforests. Each of these features can be found in South America, the fourth largest continent. Along its western edge stretch the Andes, the world's longest mountain range. In Peru, the Andes are home to Machu Picchu, an ancient fortress city of the Incas. Descendants of the Incas still adhere to ancient tribal customs, as do native peoples in several other South American countries.
It sounds like a report I did before. Not on South America, but it was the same kind of style. You put like music to the background. You show like some slides, talk about the country. Yep.
The first reusable spacecraft ever developed, the Space Shuttle, reflects our desire to make the exploration of space a practical endeavor. Here, astronauts practice skills for the difficult task of repairing satellites in space. Sally Ride, the first American woman astronaut, works with fellow crew members to deploy a pair of communication satellites. Despite the tragic loss of the Space Shuttle Challenger in 1986, the program's prospects continue to be bright.
No, why do you have it backwards? I test you guys. Well, since you're just showing up, you need to stay after class.
The world's first successful liquid propellant rocket was launched by American scientist Robert H. Goddard in 1926. This technology prepared the way for astronauts to travel to the moon and live and work in space. Today, space shuttles depart and return to Earth as part of the continued exploration of the universe around us.
At least some of these are quick, huh? Spain.
The 550 miles that make up the width of Spain stretch from Europe to the Strait of Gibraltar. Travelers to Spain's countryside often come away with impressions of a land with few people. Spain's people are overwhelmingly urban. 76% of them live in towns and cities. The architecture of Spain gives us a clue to the country's history. Moorish architecture is reminiscent of the 7 centuries that Spain was under Muslim power. Today, the chief religion and cultural base of Spain is Roman Catholicism.
theater.
The ancient Greek theaters were marvelous places for seeing and, with their fine acoustics, for hearing as well. Among today's types of theaters are the thrust stage, which extends into the audience, and the theater in the round. Despite competition from other media, the theater continues to cast an irresistible spell.
They used that one before, that clip. Tornado.
With winds reaching up to 300 miles per hour or more, tornadoes can be very destructive forces. This film shows an approaching tornado and the damage that it causes.
Scary. Good. Who has to deal? Who has to deal with tornadoes every tornado season? Anyone? I lived in Maine, so I've never even seen a tornado in person. Turtles! I like them.
Among the animals that have lived longest on Earth, turtles have changed little in 200 million years. This sea turtle belongs to one of approximately 250 species, many of which are threatened or endangered.
You guys have to deal with the tornadoes, Iggy and Ninja? You figured out a strat?
Greetings, my excellent friend.
Oh, you show threats at him. Greetings, radio. Hello, radio. United States. Who lives in the United States, guys?
U.S., USA, America. They all stand for the United States of America, fourth largest country in the world and home to about 250 million people. Parched deserts, steamy woodlands, stark barren mountains, and flat fields of cropland. All are part of the American scene. The waters that border the U.S. include such contrasts as the crisp, icy cold of Glacier Bay on the southeastern coast of Alaska and the sultry warmth of Hanauma Bay on the island of Oahu, Hawaii. American people and American lifestyles are as varied as the terrain.
Oh, burn. Just compared you to terrain. Does that make you feel angry? Volcanoes.
In this volcano's initial stages, small eruptions, each lasting a few hours, occur repeatedly over a period of weeks. Spectacular orange fountains of lava soar more than 100 meters into the air. As the volcano reaches the peak of its activity, the fountains reach heights of over 500 meters, taller than any man-made structure. Expanding gas causes lava to froth and break into small pieces. As it comes in contact with the atmosphere, the molten material hardens into a light porous rock called pumice.
This is on extreme learning difficulty. Well, we clearly are. We're using the tool. Winter sports.
Skiing is one of the fastest growing sports in the world. It is just one of several winter sports. The snow and ice of winter are an invitation to both amateurs and professionals to sled, skate, and ski. The cost of equipment for winter sports varies from sport to sport. There are also recreational and professional levels of equipment within most sports. The sport that requires the most elaborate equipment is ice boating, Some winter sports can be played indoors and enjoyed year-round.
This is better than a lot of the games that I've had to do already. Don't worry. I just get to sit here and play videos. Oh look, we're almost done.
Feel the rhythm! Feel the rhyme! Get on up!
European imperialism led to World War I, which eventually engulfed 28 nations. Germany, allied with Austria-Hungary, embarked on a campaign to subdue France and Russia. To destroy English shipping, Germany developed new submarines. When German subs began sinking American ships, the United States entered the war on the side of France, England, and Russia. Much of World War I was waged in trenches. Barbed wire, poison gas, armored tanks, and aerial bombing combined to make the conflict even grimmer. With France the final battlefield, Allied forces defeated Germany, the last country to surrender, on November 11, 1918. The ensuing peace conference and treaty required the defeated nations to pay huge reparations. It also provided for the League of Nations, proposed by U.S. President Woodrow Wilson. The United States, however, failed to become a member.
Cool Runnings was filmed in your city? Are you serious? I didn't know they filmed that in Canada? Interesting. Actually, yeah, where else would they have filmed it? That's cool. Right. Calgary.
Hitler's invasion of Poland in September 1939 ignites World War II. One by one, Europe's nations fall before Germany's mechanized armies. Only Britain holds firm.
I have nothing to offer but blood, tears, toil, and sweat.
To stem the aggression of Germany, Italy, and Japan, Allied nations joined forces. On December 7th, 1941, Japanese planes attacked Pearl Harbor.
This is the boss, guys. Taking down Hitler.
The next day, the United States enters the... Fighting continues for almost 4 more years, spreading to North Africa and the Pacific. On D-Day, June 6, 1944, British and American troops begin the liberation of Europe. Within a year, Germany surrenders. To subdue Japan, the United States drops atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Japan surrenders the next day. World War II cost more than $1 trillion, over 27 million lives, and untold human suffering.
We win. Alright. That's all the videos. I wasn't counting if that was 30. Looks like that's more than 30. Oh yeah, way more than 30. Or maybe they weren't counting the slideshows, right? They probably weren't counting the slideshows. All right, those are the movies. Now, for you guys that just came to class, we still have 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left of class. So we got pictures. See, we got the pictures in here. Let's take a look at airport traffic control. See, and then if there's an article about it, you can link to it. It's captions. Air traffic controllers who direct flight movements at the airfield are crucial to flight and airport safety. See? A bird, yellow hammer. So we could take a look at this bird. Alabama. Thanks for the caption. Let's look at the article. And let's not read the article. I'd rather listen to sounds of birds. Alabama's soybeans have surpassed the balloon. Alaska Highway. Can we skip faster to, out of the A's? We have states. Countries. Automobiles. World's first. That's right. We only buy this game for the articles. The world's first automobile shown was held in New York City in 1900. More than half of the vehicles exhibited were steam cars and electric cars. Electric cars! Look at that. Alright, let's quickly go over to show you guys the sounds. Show you the sounds. Yes. I've already been through some of these sounds. How about this horse? And then they have the little caption. 3 beats followed by a pause of characteristics of the gallop. The coconuts. Exactly. As a woodpecker. The sound of a gala woodpecker. Thanks. Some of you guys are woodpeckers. Okay. How about some thunder? And we're done. And that's the end of Compton's. Any bonus? Any bonus things we'd like to go out on? How about the woodland instruments? Just, this is for you, DJ.